Hello, hello. It has been quite a while since my last video, and since there's been a couple of changes, and I guess bigger update, I figured I'll go ahead and make a video. I'm feeling up to it. I'm feeling great. Um, let's start off by saying, the symptoms of after chemotherapy has been pretty much consistent since my last video. I can almost like start to plan my life around it now, because it's pretty much always the same. The only thing that's different is maybe the severity, especially this last round. So a constant has been the nausea, the fatigue, the dry mouth, and the dry skin. And I started to get, on the second day of my actual chemo, I started to get like a mouth sore or two, and that's kind of been consistent. And it only lasts like a day, and it's not like super bad. It's like one little bump that just appears somewhere, and it's just like I notice it when I'm eating, basically. Oh yeah, I did also notice, you could probably see, my lips are dark. Yeah, I'm not wearing anything. They just have progressively gotten darker, since this started to, which is fine, I guess. Yeah, so there's that. That's just like, in general, there's been nothing really to document on that front because it's always been the same. Um, the past, sorry, one sec. I don't know if you can hear, but I have definitely done the one thing that they wanted me to try and avoid, and that is catch a cold. I'm coming down off of it. The cough has been a little wild. Uh, it's something I haven't experienced before. I don't know if it's because of the ostomy, it's because I'm going through this with the chemo, or what. But like, I've had the sickness for about, since, well, shoot, I guess 2 weeks now, and it started to be like when I had a cough, I would, like, my stomach, it's just pain. Like, there's a difference between a stomach ache and just pain. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. So if I coughed, if I blew my nose, if I sneezed, if I laughed, oh my gosh, it was just absolute pain. That has gone away for the most part. I did notice, like, it was starting to, my stomach was starting to get a little tense today when I cough. So, oh my goodness. But at least the cough is starting to finally go away too. So, oh, there is that. Yeah, but let's talk about, just real quick, the super differences. Like, other than getting sick, was it my last round of treatment? Not my last round of treatment. No, it was this last round of treatment. That's when I got sick. I actually had a complication. Isn't that wild? Um, they made it seem like it wasn't like that big. Like, it wasn't like super duper bad, but it's still, to me, it sounds really bad. Especially since, like, when I think about it, like, I have gone a week with this problem and I didn't know. But so, not my last treatment, but the treatment before that, I had I had gotten a CT scan. We'll talk about that a little bit. So it was like I went through my chemo, got my pump off that Thursday, and then the very next day I had CT scans scheduled. So then I went to the CT scan. They accessed my port. They put the contrast and all that in my port, and that was it. Pretty much left, all good. Everything with the CT scan went fine that day. My last round of treatment, which was last week, I go to the clinic, and they part of maybe I can show it next time. I'll ask the lady if I can film it a little bit. But what they do is, like, they obviously, like, I put the lidocaine, which is numbing cream, on my port, and then they disinfect it and all that, hook me up, put the needle in, and then the first thing they do is they take like two of these syringes that have like it's different from the IV drip, but it's a saline mixture, and they squirt it into your port, and basically to flush it out. And every time they do that, I didn't really just think of it like why they were doing it, but what they would do is they'll push it in there and then like suck some back out a little bit, which brings up blood into the syringe, and they just push it back in, and they do one more flush after that. So when the lady went to do that in my last round, when she did the suck back up, no blood came back, and that's a bad thing apparently. She did that like maybe 4 or 5 times, like with different syringes. So I had a lot of saline going through me, and it turned out that it meant that, but I could taste it. There's a taste when you do that. I can't describe it because it's like metallic, but not quite, and rubbery, but not quite. It's just a weird taste. But they did that, so I told them like I can taste it, so I know what's going in, but there's no blood coming out, so it was clogged. It was one way. It took them 2 hours to unclog it. And in order to do that, like they had me put my hand above my head, cough. Eventually, like I didn't even know the chairs I was in actually make you go, like it goes real far back, like upside down. So that's what she did. She put me upside down and had me hanging there for a second, and then tried to see if she can get blood out of there. Couldn't, which was wild. And eventually they ordered like this blood thinner that they put in there, and it basically, when they shot it in, they keep the syringe in there so it just like sticks inside my port. And waited about half an hour, and then when they went to do it, it finally like had blood return, so it was fixed. If it wasn't fixed, what was going to happen was they would have had to cancel the chemo treatment and probably the next one, because they would need to then schedule me to basically get my port replaced. And thank God I didn't want to do that again, because that's another cut me open, put it in there. They had to stick a needle in my neck that time. Like, I'm not trying to do all that a second time. So luckily that was fixed. And that was my first real complication with the chemotherapy. Also, while we were in there, that very day is when a guy had came in, and he was coughing and stuff up a storm. He didn't have a mask on. I did. He wasn't sitting too far from me, but they kept saying that it was, and he said that it was because he was allergic to something, not that he was sick. But apparently I'm assuming he was sick, because I've been sick since that day. And when I was getting my port situated, when she had me upside down, my mask actually came off for a little bit. And it wasn't until she put me back upright that I put my mask back on. So I was exposed for a little bit. My fault, but still. So I'm pretty sure that man got me sick. But yeah, just to wrap this up, because it's supposed to be just a really quick update. I had my MRI, I've had my CT scan, and at least 2 of my tumors in my liver they're almost below 2 centimeters. And they started off at just over 6. So it's been a significant improvement. And then it's still slower going, but it's bigger, especially since it's round, obviously. It goes all around my colon. The tumor there has shrank. It was like 3 I think they said 8-9 centimeters to begin with, and now it's just over 3. So we're getting somewhere. Things are improving, and we're gonna go ahead and just stay the course and do another check-in in June. Hopefully I'll have another video before that that's a little bit more thorough, but I just want to do a quick one to say hi, and that's it. I will catch you guys soon.